And we are once again back, and hello and welcome here to this Manchester United preview show. And today we will be talking about, United's next Champions League game, Manchester United versus FC København, or FC Copenhagen, if, you are English. The Danish would say København, so, it is like that. So, hello and welcome to this preview show, and, this is going to be a very interesting game for United, because United have to win this. Have to. If Manchester United do not win this game, we're out of the Champions League. We are out of the Champions League, I think, because, we would have to play away at Copenhagen, away at Galatasaray, and then we would have to play at home against Bayern Munich. They're 3 games we would have to win. So I think this game, we have to win. Manchester United have to beat FC Copenhagen. I know we had some chances. We should have won against Galatasaray. We had to win against Galatasaray. We didn't. But this is a definition of a must-win game. If United want to keep their Champions League fate alive, we have to win this. Let alone Champions League, maybe even European fate. Because if we lose this, we might not even have enough points to go into the Europa League. That says a lot, really, for United. I don't want United playing in the Europa League. But the Europa League is at least better than not having anything, which could even be a possibility if we do lose to Copenhagen at Old Trafford. We can't afford to. So it is pretty much like that. Win, you've still got a chance. Lose, you're out. And I would say United will be out of the Champions League then if we do lose against Copenhagen later today. But let's get this underway, and first of all, let's talk about the game in full. And so here we are then for match day 3 of the Champions League. And for Manchester United, this Champions League campaign has been absolutely miserable. We've lost twice. We lost to Bayern Munich 4-3. We lost to Galatasaray 3-2. So it pretty much says it all, really, that we are not a great team. And we are also a team that tends to, bottle the lead, as so-called. Against Galatasaray, we were leading all the way through up until the 82nd minute. When Mauro Icardi scored that goal, that pretty much dented our hopes and let Chimbabom get that result. However, for Copenhagen, this has been not a great Champions League tournament. However, they have always took the lead. In the past 2 games they did play against Bayern Munich and Galatasaray, they did take the lead. Against Galatasaray match day 1, they were 2 goals up at the Ali Sami Yen, or at the Nef Stadium. But then, Galatasaray scored. Dede had an absolute wonder of a game, and that's pretty much what led Copenhagen ended up having the draw. They were very unlucky on that one. However, in Munich, at the Parken Stadium at their home ground, they did lose 2-1 there to Bayern Munich. However, they did, give it their all. Lucas Lerija scored in the 55th minute, a former Genoa player, to, have them back in it, to get them back in the game. Well, not back in, but that goal made them have hope, thinking, can we seriously cause an upset and beat Bayern Munich here? Well, it ended up not happening, because, Musiala and Matthias Chel finished it off there for the Danish opposition. But, what I know there with Copenhagen, they are a very good team at home. They are quite a good team at home, Copenhagen. And, that could do something. And they did have the best away record in the championship round in Denmark. Because basically in Denmark, they have a system where the 6 best clubs in it's basically like in Scotland, are the 6 best clubs who finish first to 6 have to play in a championship round to determine who can win the league. And, Copenhagen did win the league last year, and they did, they have a very good away record. So if that is the case, then we should pretty much be doomed, if that is the case. The fact that, even drawing against Galatasaray, I know it's not much, but that is a big result there for Copenhagen. The fact that everyone rated Copenhagen off, even me, I rated them off, and, they ended up getting that 2-2 result against Galatasaray, which was pretty impressive there for the Danes. But, what can I say? The standout players there for Copenhagen, one of them in particular, who United fans might have heard of, Mohamed Elyounoussi. Obviously, he did play there for Southampton in the Premier League last year, moved there to Copenhagen for free. He was a former Celtic player and all, and, he's caused some impact. He obviously scored a goal at Galatasaray. He's done good in the Danish league this year, Mohamed Elyounoussi. But, at the minute, things are going good there for the Norwegian striker. He did recently score a goal against Velje over in the weekend for Copenhagen. So he is a danger man. He's a danger man there for the Danish. And, well, they play in a very possession-based style, Copenhagen. They had a 56.2% possession rating last year, the best in Denmark. So we do know how to keep the ball, they know how to keep it tight. So Manchester United should expect really possession-based game there from Copenhagen. And, well, what can I say? I think Copenhagen will give us a game. They will give us a game. And what I also will say is their fans, I have very high hopes for you, Copenhagen, because I believe Copenhagen fans might even break where Galatasaray got. Galatasaray got an 8 out of 10 last time, so they're currently the best fans I've seen. I believe Copenhagen could break that. If Copenhagen bring a lot, if they make a lot of noise, which they are known for in Denmark, then I think they will be potentially the best fans I've seen at Old Trafford this year. Who knows? We will have to see. But let's get underway, and first of all, let's talk about the fact file there for FC København. So here is the fact file there for FC København, or well, the English way, FC Copenhagen. So the country, they are from Denmark, as I obviously talked about before. The honours list there for FC Copenhagen is they have won 15 Danish Superligas, which is basically a Premier League. They have won the Premier League, the Danish Premier League, 15 times, and well, that is something to take. However, a fun little fact, last year they didn't actually win the league, more or less. With a team called FC København that actually did finish first in the league format, but then when it came to the championship round, which I did discuss about earlier, they ended up finishing first, so they did win the championship round of that, therefore taking the Danish Superliga title there for FC Copenhagen. And they have won the Danish Cup there 9 times, we do know. They are, well, a very good team in Denmark, probably the best team in Denmark. And they are actually the first Danish team to reach the round of 16 in the UCL, which, well, doesn't seem like much, but it is. It's quite something if you are the first Danish team to reach the last 16. They did end up losing against Chelsea in the 2010-11 season, but, well, they still got to the last 16, didn't they? Which we might not end up getting this year. Stadium-wise, the stadium is the Parken Stadium in Copenhagen. Sadly, it was most known for what happened to Christian Eriksen in Euro 2020. That was that stadium. So, well, we do know Copenhagen did play at the Parken Stadium. Capacity of 38,065. So it is the biggest ground there in Denmark. It's a very nice ground. I think it has a retractable roof, if I believe. It's one of the only stadiums that does. It was one of the first stadiums that did use the retractable roof organisation there for any stadium. The manager there is Jacob Nistrup, and what we do know with him is he's a good manager. He's been manager there for Copenhagen since September 2022. Obviously, he did manage Viborg before. I believe he managed when they played West Ham, might have done then. But, well, that is the manager. 31 wins he has as Copenhagen manager, only 9 losses, so that is fair going there for Copenhagen. And like I said, the best player, Mohamed El Yunusi. I mean, he's the most known Copenhagen player. I was actually a bit undecisive, thinking, should I do El Yunusi, or should I put Rasmus Falk Jensen, who is obviously a midfielder there, 31-year-old. He's a very good midfielder who can run and get the ball. But rightio, that is the Copenhagen fact file. Now, let's have a little bit of scouting as what I call the Rivals Watch. So here we are, we will be having a look now at this game, which is between Galatasaray and FC Bayern München, and it is from the Rams Park Stadium in Istanbul, Turkey. But so, yeah, basically what we do know, it's first versus second here in Istanbul. First being Bayern Munich, obviously they have 6 points, beating Man United Matchday 1 by 4-3. Then they beat Copenhagen there by 2-1, so they are first. Second there is surprisingly Galatasaray. They did obviously draw 2-2 against Copenhagen, thanks to a late 86-minute comeback. What Galatasaray ended up doing, Dede being the main man himself. And then they did beat Manchester United there by 3-2. Mario Icardi, Karim Antarigulu and Wilfried Zaha being the difference makers in that game. So, yeah, basically, this is the game that I would be able to watch, but I can't because it is on the 5:45 in the UK. Obviously, in Turkey, it would be at 7:45. So that's what we know about this game. It's one of them where anything can happen. This is going to be very, very intriguing. And altogether, I think a lot of people will think Bayern Munich will win this game. However, you never know. Galatasaray at home, they are a force to be reckoned with at home. They are a very, very good team there at home. Okan Buruk wants to try and make this stadium a rival one where teams won't get a good result against. That's what they want to try and do with Galatasaray. And they have won a lot of home games altogether. They have the best home ranking in the Turkish Superliga. So that means teams will be looking at them thinking, this is going to be a tough place. And it always is a tough place for opposition teams going to Turkey. Man United, we always struggle in Turkey. All English teams always struggle in Turkey. And that is why I don't think Bayern Munich should write off Galatasaray here. Because they are a good team at home. They can cause some troubles. Personally, for me, I would rather want Bayern Munich to win this game. Because then this will give Manchester United a little bit of an advantage. If Galatasaray win this, for example, Galatasaray will move up to 7 points, top of the group. Bayern Munich will still say 6th. And if that is the case, then towards us and Bayern, with a 3-point difference there between Bayern Munich and between Manchester United and Bayern Munich, that is if Manchester United do beat Copenhagen. A draw would obviously be the best case scenario, I think. Well, best case scenario potentially for Copenhagen, because then if this game is a draw, Galatasaray would have 5, Bayern Munich would have 7, Copenhagen would see what can happen. So ultimately then if United will win, it'd be 2 points different. I want Bayern Munich to win because I think it will be better if Bayern Munich do win. Because if Galatasaray can still say 4th, if Galatasaray can still stay with 4 points, we can win against Copenhagen, get up to 3, then there's still a point difference between who's going to finish basically second. I think first Bayern Munich are going to, walk this group. So that is how this game is going to be a very intriguing one. And I will be watching this in the point of my eye. I will be looking at the scores thinking, what's going to happen? I want Bayern Munich to win. Sorry for all my Turkish viewers. However, Galatasaray could still easily win this game. This is how wide open this game is. So now we've got all this sorted, let's have a look at the Manchester United squad, what they potentially could be doing against Copenhagen. And now we've got some press conference notes that I did pick up during listening to Erik Ten Hag's press conference. So, what he will be talking about, and the first thing what he did say was about Sergio Reguilon, because he hasn't played in a while. He has not played in a while. I think his last game he played like August the 21st, I think. I'm not too sure when, or September 21st when he did join. So, ever since then he has been injured. He picked a little hamstring injury, I think, and now he were a little bit ill for Saturday, because there was reports of Ten Hag saying he was available for the game against Sheffield United. Him and Varane ended up playing for the last 5 minutes. However, Sergio Reguilon did get ill, so yeah, what we do know, he was ill on Saturday, that's why he didn't play. However, he did train all last week and yesterday, so that is a little indication saying he might be playing against Copenhagen. If he did train all together, he should be available to play. He should be available to start against Copenhagen. Another thing that I picked up, what Diogo Dalot said, is we want to build confidence. And, they've won 2 of the last 2. They beat Brentford, they beat Sheffield United. So they have got a little bit of confidence riding on themselves. The fact that, they have 2 wins from 2, which Manchester United desperately needed, because we were in crisis ever since the Galatasaray lost. It was a real crisis. Another thing that Erik Ten Hag did say was the Trinity statue will always be an inspiration, and that is obviously notes following the death of Sir Bobby Charlton on Saturday at age 86. So they want to build an inspiration. They're always inspired of the Trinity statue, of what they did, what their legacy held on there for Manchester United. And the fans always stay behind us. They did. I mean, during that 2-1 win against Brentford, there were fans cheering, just basically having a good time, united, properly united in celebration. And it will be an emotional night tomorrow. That's what Ten Hag pretty much final said about it. It will be an emotional night. Obviously, this will be the first game since the loss of Sir Bobby Charlton. I'm sure Manchester United will remember him in one very good way. So then for the score predictions, what do I think the score will be? Well, knowing Manchester United, we never do it easy. Even if it is against an easy team, we never do this. We never do these type of games easy. And I think it will be similar. I think it'll be a very tough game. I think United will underestimate Copenhagen. And I do actually think Copenhagen might score the first goal, make it 1-0 to Copenhagen. I just think that with Man United, at the minute we are a little bit shaky. So I think Copenhagen will score a goal. Then it'll be 1-0 Copenhagen going into the second half. Then I think in the second half we will flourish. I think we'll do a lot better in the second half. I think we'll get on it, get in the action. And you know what? I do kind of think Marcus Rashford might get a goal. I know he's been rubbish recently, but I think he might get a goal in this game. I'm going to say Marcus Rashford, and I'm going to say Rasmus HØJLUND. I mean, he scored in the last 2 Champions League games, and the fact that we are playing one of his former clubs, I think it will be a very good reunion for Rasmus and Oscar HØJLUND. So I do think Rasmus HØJLUND, his older brother, will get a goal, and I believe this game will finish 2-1 to Manchester United. I think United will make hard work of it like we always do. However, I'm sticking with the gut, and I believe Manchester United will win on this must-win game. And just like that then, we will get going. So I hope this game will be a good game. Fingers crossed it is. As I shall get going, I will go see you lot soon. Stay safe. Talking to you in a while. See ya and farewell.